Ever since Dragon Ball Fighterz, people have wanted another anime fighter to be at least somewhat close to as good as this game was. Like you hear it with the big three, I want a Bleach fighting game, I want a Naruto fighting game, I want a One Piece fighting game. But people always say it, right? And they always kind of assume they want to make it by Arc System Works, but Arc System Works can't make every single fighting game ever, and there's a lot of good options for fighting games too. This is what I've been thinking about lately, right? When it comes, think about the recently released stuff based on other series, right? Avatar, right? Who made Avatar? Avatar wasn't made by Arc System Works. Who made it? Right? We go to the store page. It was made by the devs or the Gameplay Group International, and they are the ones behind Diesel Legacy and help with, or they're a team with Dennis Fighting Herds, and these games are really fun, right? So these people not really doing anything. They ended up making the game kind of tough though for Dennis Fighting Herds because before the team was gonna need help and they went to the group for it, ended up hiring a bunch of the people, and they end up. So the other team from Dennis Fighting Herds ended up making Average, which is a really fun game. It's sad the way it happened. He never got to finish because I feel like when it comes to indie games, Dennis Fighting Herds is definitely one of the best indie fighting games I've ever played. Like it's one of the best for sure. One of the best ever. And he gets it finished. Then what else, right? So you have Avatar. What else was I talking about? They have who made? I think well. Avatar. They have Invincible uninstalled. Unfortunately, that wasn't good well for me. But Invincible, they got quarter up. Only thing they made right now is Invincible. Pretty sure they only thing they made is Invincible. They got made for this, and they're the team behind Killer Instinct. Where is it? It's been a while since I played 24. Killer Instinct. They're the team behind Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct has been not. It's like it's been a while since something went out for Killer Instinct 2017 when it came out on Steam. It's been a while, so there's a people scooped up Iron Galaxy and uh made Invincible with it. The third thing is Net Impact. Right? That didn't end up going out so well, but it's made by a completely different group. Of course, but Net Impact. It hasn't been that long. Where's it at? I played it recently. Where'd you go? Oh no, what is it? That Impact made by Aiding, of course. Bushiroad Games is a dev, but it's really just Aiding who made it. Aiding's not even on Steam, huh? Because they show up as Bushiroad Games, but kind of what these new fighting games that came out based on popular series, all of them are made by something else. It's kind of what I wanted to show. So who else can make an anime game? Who else can make a fighting game other than like Arc System Works? So kind of look down the list of the games playing some games. Some of you kind of scrambled, of course. I know. I'm lazy, so I'm probably not gonna edit it. So might be hear me brain farting a lot. Hopefully I can make this kind of conclusive, kind of like well put together, even with me rambling about. We're gonna go do some stuff. Skip around. Of course, I have a lot of fighting games on here. I start with Fight Animals. This team is pretty cool. They're mixed else. This is their latest game. Fight of Still Everything. Have Fight of. That's what they name it first. I've had this game. These games are really fun. Pretty cool games. If you like the group, 2022 is the last time they make it. They could definitely pull them into making like a series based fighting game. This game is actually really cool, man. This is the first time I played it like a few days ago, or not a few days ago. It was like yesterday. Like I haven't played this game. Actually, a pretty cool game. It's actually cool what they did with older games: Fight of Animals, Fight of Gods, Fight of Steel. All the games they fight of have a lot going on. The only thing I haven't tried out is the online, unfortunately. Can't remember the last time I played online in a fight of game, but The games are pretty cool for what I've seen. Definitely get a team and make a game with it. From what I from the little bit I've seen about it at least. It's something else that's based off of Mazinger Z, right? This game is actually amazing, right? I was sleeping on it. I played the demo a while ago, and I just like, well, it's fine. I didn't watch Mazinger Z. I'm not really like a huge Mecha fan, so I just kind of skipped it. But I love when series based fighting games happen. I know I skipped off out of it for so long. I played like recently. This game is actually really cool. It's actually a really good game, right? This is all they made. It's a one series, but dude, this game actually is like for fighting games recently, they try to make it like more easy for people to play, less hard inputs, stuff like that. Even like Street Fighter, like a lot of the characters don't really do their crazy inputs anymore when it comes to doing super. I didn't even like I was playing the game. I forgot this game had like regular inputs for their moves, and they also even go to like step above for supers being like the kind of crazy inputs too. They have stuff like charge. I like, dude, why it's been a while since I've seen like a new game with charge. I just like a new charge game. Like, it's crazy to me. This game is actually amazing. If these were the people I never even made Mazinger's anime series, if they keep making anime games, this is actually really would be really cool to see. I it's only I can't believe they went this crazy with this game. Actually, a really well made game. Still playing it, still looking around. This is actually like a lot of cool stuff in this game. Combos cool. You can put together is cool. The inputs they're actually doing. Because people usually claim about the inputs being too simple in like modern fighting games. It's like they have like the regular fighting game commands. They have a lot of stuff going on for them, right? It's actually a really cool game. So if these sort of people who pulled out and I made a new game, I'd be really happy with it. Like this game is actually really, really cool. Unfortunately, a lot of people online for this game, but you can see from the mostly positive that people really like this game. The way they did it, the way the characters move around, what the characters can do is actually really cool. Um, I'm gonna skip through. Of course, talk about Capcom. When it comes to Capcom, people are not happy with Street Fighter Six when it comes to the way it plays. It's like kind of been depressing for a while for a lot of people because they're saying 10 years of Street Fighter 6 and people don't like the way it plays already. So 10 years of it being kind of stale like this, well, it's gonna drive people crazy. They're already going crazy right now. Don't like Drive Rush, don't like Drive Impact. Don't like the way Street Fighter 6 is kind of changing the way fighting games are with water controls. People are now they're doing like more simple inputs for fighting games and the way they're doing like kind of more neutral skip stuff like Drive Rush and Drive Impact for other games. People are not liking that stuff. But to me, it's kind of sad though for Capcom. They used to be going crazy with their fighting games. They only like make one fighting game now. Street Fighter 6 is all they have out. The last one, if I remember correctly, is Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. That's the last game they made. Or maybe it was Tekken or it was probably Cross Tekken was the last one. I can't remember which one came first. But Cross Tekken, you can't even play Cross Tekken on Steam unless you like get a code for it or something. They took it off completely, and well, Infinite is just like it's tough, right? The last two fighting games they tried didn't work out well for them, so kind of like well, let's only focus on Street Fighter, nothing else. Capcom could definitely make something else. Infinite was fun to play. I also think from a little bit I played of Cross Tekken, that game was really fun to play too. It was like the Street Fighter 4 engine. If they made something new, I think that would be fun. I feel like if it, I can you imagine a Capcom anime game like that'd be really cool. People, but yeah, I think a lot of people like even hearing that like, Capcom anime game disgusting, right? Or they say they're doing stuff now. They don't want to make anything like Street Fighter 6. They're playing it really safe, but since they don't have to play it safe, it's like a anime game. Maybe they go a little crazier with it. Maybe they do something like I was talking about Marvel vs. Capcom. Maybe they do something more like that, where because that'd be like a more of a because anime is more like crazy like an anime game. They can definitely make an anime game with the way they do versus games or the way they do Darkstalkers, right? Well, I was thinking about the Darkstalkers characters in Infinite, and that I could like if they're playing like that, I feel like like of course Infinite gets a lot of a lot of negative talk from the way it looks, but the way it plays is actually pretty cool. I playing Infinite with the Maximilian's new Beyond patch. This game is actually really fun to play, but it's just unfortunate didn't work out well. And Fighters came out and it's like, oh, this game just looks better, and people like the way it played more. But if Street Fighter was the one to make a new game, right, they only have one game going on when it comes to fighting games. Everything else for Capcom is like collections, and that's all they have going on. Everything they recently is like Capcom Fighting Collection 2, pretty sure. So that being all they have going on, cause they could easily make something else, and that'd be fire. But I don't know. Capcom seems like they're sticking with just Street Fighter for 10 years, and nothing else. Like Street Fighter has a certain way of playing. If they made another fighting game, and then maybe they didn't want to go Dark Star because they want to make something completely different, an anime game would be cool. But I just don't know if they would go for it. I guess CC2, they can always make a new game. But even them bringing together this game, I talk about this game so much. And bringing together JoJo's All-Star Battle, all making a 3D fighter except for like their arena fighter, is crazy to me. I can't believe they ended up doing it like that and ended up working out. This game does have problems, but if they were able to do it again, that'd be cool to see. This game is actually it's amazing even it came out the way it came out. But even though the problems are not escapable, I just hope they would make something new. One of the things they focus on, like, oh, we're gonna use this engine we used before and learn from what we learned before. Hopefully, they learn from the online being so terrible that maybe we should make the game with something to make the online not garbage. So I would hope, but you don't know. Curse Clash, the creators are Viking. Viking, this game is not great. Right, this game isn't the best, but what I do think they did well with Cursed Clash is the way the characters play. I think it's always pretty good at making characters feel unique. I want to see what they did with like what do you think about All Star Battle? Or I would hope to see something like that from Viking, like a actual traditional fighting game from Viking. I think that'd be interesting to see. They're pretty good at making characters unique. And I think that'd do pretty well if they made like a new type of game because they've done arena fighters before. I was surprised that two could do. I'm pretty sure Viking could come bring something together to make like a real fighting game. I call it a real fighting, but it's like just a traditional fighter. Right? Arena fighters are real fighting game. They're just different. Of course, Arsenal Works is always the one people want to make games. They're always like, oh, Arsenal Works make this, Arsenal Works make that. But there's so much other people who can make it. Should only be Arsenal Works. But the Arsenal Works has made some really good Arsenal Works. they make some really good games. Right? That's why everyone wants to go with them for it. I think it would be. Of course, it'd be interesting to see something like that, like a new Arsenal Works fighting game like Fighterz. But I also think there's a lot of other series, other developers who can make a game as like as good or as better than Fighterz. But no, so far, as far as like, it's come the closest, I think. Viking again, yeah. This game ended up not being as fun. It's kind of a side to say, but this game isn't as good as the other ones. Justice. I don't know. They end up fumbling like this, man. Playing this game like damn, they man, this stuff. This is the worst again, bro. Look at the cards. It's the worst, man. French bread. French bread could definitely make their own. Like French bread is really good at it, but they could definitely make their own anime fighter. They've done it before. They do this is Under Night. They're doing it themselves. Under Night they have Melty Blood. But the thing is, for French bread, that's kind of the same thing for a lot of series, right? For French bread, it's like, why would we make this when we can just do our own thing? Why would we make a new like anime fighter? It might not work out, or this might have problem with like we have to spend money to get the licensing and stuff like that. All this stuff that isn't a worry when we have our own series that people are looking forward to, right? Under Night, they did a little bit of Under Night, now they're going to Melty Blood. They first sort of Melty Blood, Under Night, Melty Blood, now they're going back to Melty Blood. It's like there's no reason to really go something else at the end of the day. It's a lot of work. Fred is like smaller. It's gonna be a lot of work getting new sprite. So there's all these sprites from Undernight or just like stuff they've already done before. It's really easy to build on to stuff than to completely make something from scratch, like they did with Melty Blood type Lumina. So I don't know if they'd go for it, but if they did, their games are beautiful. Their games are fun to play. That'd be awesome to see getting better at rollback. I think it would be cool to see them make their own series fighting game, but I don't know how probable that is with how much they would have to do for it. Else SNK. Only reason I uninstalled this game is because unfortunately I have like this problem, like this weird bug where it won't let me get online, so I can't really play the game, man. But dude, SNK really good at making games. I don't even think I really have to say that. One of the best to ever do it, of course. If they made an anime, I've been saying this for a while, right? If they made an anime game, I feel like people sleep on SNK. Sometimes it's the reasons are make sense, but sometimes the reasons are for just so they don't have to play the game. This game, like SNK games, are really cool, man. But people kind of sleep on the game. I feel like if somebody has something like Fighters, like for Guilty Gear, people won't really focus on like Guilty Gear Revelator or Rev 2, and won't really focus on it. Even me, back then I didn't really even know like what Guilty Gear was. But as soon as Fighters happened, I started focusing a lot more on Arc System Works. I played a bunch of Arc System Works. I played I play most of them now. I play a bunch of Arc System Works games now, and that's what made me kind of realize it. At first, I wasn't even looking at all, but as soon as Dragon Ball came in, my favorite series came in this time. I was like, I have to play this game, bro. I played this game. This game's amazing. I've seen other Arc System Works games, seen other fighters. It's what helped me get into fighting games. If SNK with how they be moving, their games are so much fun to play. People always say stuff. Their games are really fun to play. If they could get something like I guess huge eyes on them, like a huge anime, I could get a lot more of the casual eyes on them. People would realize, oh yeah, these SNK games are amazing. Right? People were sleeping on them. People were saying about this stuff. Oh, I don't want to play this for this. I want to play this for that. It could be like Guilty Gear, where it's like, oh, now we're seeing from Dragon Ball Fighterz, we're seeing people. We're seeing people again, seeing how the game actually is cool. How amazing this franchise is. How cool the devs are at making these games. And now we want to play this game, right? That's how I feel like. But SNK is also like why make this when they can also keep working on other SNK games? But I just hope one day we get to see like an SNK anime fighter like that. I think that'd be really cool to see. Have Dead or Alive? What days? What Koei Tecmo? Nah, they can just keep making Dead or Alive, man. It's like I was saying maybe if Dead or Alive wasn't coming back, but now that it is, they should focus on making Dead or Alive 7 really well. So people get into it. Let's keep scrolling. But Blaze Boost, same thing as some works. What is this again? It's Spike Chunsoft. Spike Chunsoft did pretty well with Sparking Zero, but I can't say I haven't had to say like they're not as good. I don't know. They're not really. I mean, let me be honest, man. I try to get around it. They're not good at making characters feel kind of unique, the same way as something like Biking is. So if they were to make a fighting game like the same way that CC2 did, I don't really have like any hope for it being anything crazy. Especially, I played a bunch of Spike's Chunsoft games, and Hero Nobody Knows, Burning Blood, Jump Force. Every time I've tried them, they always disappointed me. Like nothing I found at all. Like I played a bunch of arena fighters. I like playing a bunch of different types of fighters. Whenever I play any of Spike Chunsoft's arena fighters, it disappointed me. I got Sparking Zero recently, tried out for a little bit. I'm like, damn, maybe I didn't like this series as much as I thought I did. That's why I was thinking when I played the game because dang, this game disappointed. Every game they got has disappointed me. I'm like, this game isn't as fun as I thought it was gonna be. So I don't know. Spike Chunsoft. I played this game for a while too. It's like they have a lot of cool stuff going on in this game, so I can't completely write them off. But it didn't really have to do something crazy to impress me with like a new fight, a traditional fighter. I can't really imagine it, man, from Spike. But they have to do something crazy to make it work out. Um, what else? What else? Multi Blood, of course. Pocket Bravery Team. really cool. This game is really cool. I don't know if the team will be called to make something different, but this game is amazing. The way they be the content they done with the game looks pretty cool too. Like the sprite base, I think they can make something like that. I think they like if someone called them, it's always hard to say, right? This is a lot of work and it came into like making one game, but the way this game is, I definitely think it make the team could make for like an interesting anime fighter, right? If they just want to call like, if we need someone to make an anime fighter, this team could definitely do something crazy because this game is really cool, man. Punch Planet, same thing, but it's one of those things like this game has so much work put into it. I don't know if they could put the same work into another series, right? Not that many characters, but the way this game is beautiful, beautiful fighting game. The gameplay is awesome, dude. It's like this game is so cool, but I just don't know if they could like do all that work again. But really cool game. Um, that's like multiverses made by Player First. I don't know, Player First. What else did Player First make? It just goes to one better. So that's what happens sometimes. But that's unfortunate. Did not think they're doing anything else because the way Warner Brothers be moving. Power Rangers team. This game is awesome. It's already been a game anyway. Only made Power Rangers. This game is so cool, man. As a Power Rangers fan, I people always talk about look very positive. People talk about the way the game looks. While the game doesn't look the best, and because it's like low budget, they didn't have voices at first. Don't have that much colors. Also, colors for like it's kind of funny thing about Power Rangers colors because colors matter so much in Power Rangers. Like, I'm the Red Ranger, I'm the Black Ranger, I'm the Blue Ranger, right? So it's kind of hard to change around how the way the colors are. But these characters the way that they're played, the way this game is so amazing, man. If they called this team again to make another this would be so fire, man. This game is so funny. One of the funniest versus games I've played. The way that, even the computers be moving crazy in this game, man. Like, this shit was so much fun to play. Not a lot of people playing now, but this game is actually amazing. This is an amazing fighting game. Crossplay, rollback. That maybe because of the crossplay and rollback costed is the reason they just like a lot of some of this other stuff. That's always what happens, right? To get a game to a certain point, other things have to like go to the waste. Like go to the other side to kind of like wait around. Like we couldn't really because of this game having all this stuff going on. Maybe they couldn't get voices, couldn't get this all stuff they couldn't get. But the online was cool. The rollback had crossplay still. This game had it's like made by fighting game fans. And it's just an amazing game. You love seeing stuff like this happen. I wish you could see more, but I wish this team could keep doing stuff. Right? I want to see more from this team. It seems like Power Rangers over. It's been like done for a while, but this game it's so much fun to play. It's so much fun to play. Oh my god, man! I wasn't thinking about it, but definitely if anime comes back. If someone please get anime to make like an anime game. Get a guy to make like a. It seems like Power Rangers. What can make other characters with like superpowers? Get them to make what would be a good Super Sentai game or something. That's kind of funny to say Power Rangers. There's a lot of stuff they can make based on this like Power Rangers, right? Or there are stuff they can make since they made something like this, Megazords, Giants. They make a Bleach game, right? They know how to make Giants work out. They know how to make weapons work. They get them on a Bleach game. We gotta get them on a Bleach game, man. Skullgirls is the best indie fighting game I've ever played. Just like the best ever do it. I don't think there's. I play a lot of fighting games. I've never seen a fighting game. I've never seen an indie fighting game as good as this. It's easily the best. But the amount of work they did to make this game work out makes it so they can't really redo it. I think I don't really think they could. They could. They have like a lot of expertise on it, so call them. They can definitely make something happen. But I don't. It's like you can't. I don't like. I'm never gonna get like another Skullgirls, right? I don't know, like nothing like that. It's not gonna be like we're gonna call these guys and they're gonna make something close to Skullgirls, but for anime, that shit is like basically impossible. Too much work. That's too much work, and nobody's gonna give them the money to make that stuff happen, right? Skullgirls started off really small for like a little amount of characters and built up. Got lucky, but also how amazing the game is. A lot of stuff they did that no one else was doing, like they did the rollback. Way before Street Fighter was doing rollback, maybe before Mortal Kombat was doing rollback, maybe before SNK was doing rollback. It's just kind of crazy. All the stuff Skullgirls had going on since like what 2013 or something. 2013, Street Fighter 4 or something, right? Back in that's 2013, they were moving like this. 2013 shit is fucking crazy, man. That's way before so many other before Roblox even a thought at all, and be like, wait, this Roblox stuff kind of crazy. And they've been doing this for all this time. If they call the team and it could somehow happen to make like an anime game, this will be one of the best fighters ever. But so that is too much work. Soul Calibur team, it's just Bandai Namco, right? Just Bandai Namco. Bandai Namco themselves could definitely make a fighting game if they wanted to with the team they have. But I just wonder if they would do it. Like for something like the Soul Calibur team, right? Soul Calibur usually doesn't come out because they're doing tech and they want to do two stuff at the same time. I feel like Soul Calibur team would like to make a new Soul Calibur and make another like series, I guess. Or if maybe not, they maybe make something that's like so different from Soul Calibur and Tekken, so that way they can make something happen. Because with Bandai Namco, you think about it, something like Smash, something like Pokemon, what's that? No, it's not Token. It's fine. Let's say Pokemon. Smash, Bandai Namco is the one who made it, and nothing else like Smash. They have Pokemon, Pokemon fighting game. It's completely different from a regular. It's like different from regular fighting game, but similar. And they have Arms. It's nothing like Arms at all, too. The sad thing for Bandai though, like when I talk about Pokemon and talk about Arms, the two of them just like don't have anything else really going on for them. Kind of just froze up, and like when it comes to fighting games too, what fighting games on more platforms than Switch. The only thing that's like you could understand for sure is like Smash. Smash is always gonna be on Nintendo console, of course. Nothing else they really want to do with it. But having fighting games on different consoles really helps out. Maybe it's like, oh, this is the main console. Maybe like do some like console exclusive, and then everything else is like whatever. But having them on other consoles is what makes it work out for crossplay, for online matches. Grinding Switch players on Wi-Fi is a heartbreaking experience. So I just end up being sidetracked. I was talking about that. Like, I don't want Nintendo to make a fighting game too. Nintendo themselves could make a new fighter for like at least one of their franchises, but the way they always make fighting games is different. I don't think they would like go for it when it comes to it. Like just the way they do stuff is different from the regular. And we're from talking about Bandai to talk about Nintendo, switched up completely. But talk about Bandai, they could definitely make their own thing. The way they do make something that plays differently than the other stuff they have out, than Tekken than they have with Soul Calibur, can make something that stands out. They wanted to, but I just don't know if they would do it. They usually end up going with like having someone make the game instead. That's what they do. That's what they did for Dragon Ball Fighterz. That's what kind of like the usual route they go with it. That's probably what they would end up doing. When you talk about them fighting herds, the team, unfortunately, most of them got broken up. This is one of the best indie fighting games I ever played. Like Skullgirls number one. This to me probably number two. This is an amazing fighting game. Didn't get to finish. There's a lot like the story mode. It's really cool. You get the team. I was like, I want to say I don't think you got the team who made it, but the team who made it is what the one who's doing Avatar. At least what's left of the team. Unfortunately, this game is so cool, man. Though, if you guys ever want to try out an indie fighting game, a really cool one, Them's Fighting Hers is definitely one of the best I've ever played. Wish I could say we had to get the whole team and make a new fighter with it, but I don't know what's up with the team now because the way they did it, right? The way they kind of fired a bunch of people after getting the company. There's people like we want to get more money to work on our game, but end up taking over and firing people. It's just sad, man. I don't see like get the people who worked on it before. I don't know if they're doing. I don't know if they're really doing now though stuff. SNK. Aiding is aiding on this. Is aiding giving credit for this? Excellent. The aiding. Where's Aiding, there they go. Aiding only got DNF. Is that not crazy to you? And doing this later in the video, is it not crazy? Aiding has so many games made, but the only game they have credited to them on Steam is DNF Duel. Don't have that Impact, and then none of the Eddie has made so much fighters, but none of them get ported. But they don't have Clash of Ninja on Steam at all. They don't have I used to play this new not new, this Gas Bell game, and it's like not any. They don't have any of the Bleach games on here from PSP. Don't have anything. Don't have any of the games ported over, man. Aiding is it is a crazy to them, but other stuff got ported over. They don't have the Fate game, the Fate Fighter ported over. There's so much stuff they could have on like just like from porting it. I think it would be cool to see, but they really don't got anything, man. It's tough. Tough level leader. Devs are making something else. So, but this is a really cool game. Who's made it? Tamsoft. Tamsoft made a pretty good. I guess you can't really call on them making a new one. I just hope this game, the next, if they like, it seems like they finished with Rebirth of Souls. So if this is the end of the game, all I can really hope is that they make a better 3D fighter next time. This game I played it first. The way it is like this point was really bad. It got decent after a while. I played it again. I hate this game, but now I just only dislike it. I went from really hating it to disliking it. Still don't think that like it's a crazy fight. I don't like to watch it. I don't like seeing people play it in tournaments. Isn't like I don't like the way it looks playing. And I don't like the way it plays. But if they change up a few things, I think this game would be more fun for me. More fun to play in general. I don't like the cutscenes. I really hope that Samsung kind of improves on what they did before. Cutscenes and way the game combos make the game more fun to look at, make the game more fun to play. Maybe closer to a 3D fighter. I won't complain about it. I was hoping because the way it looked, I was like excited for it. It looks like a 3D fighter, it's close to a 3D fighter, but it's like nah, it's not even as fun as Clash of Ninja. It's not even as fun as Clash of Ninja. Even though it looks like it'd be like something like that, it's like not even close, man. Still too far away. Maybe the fans on Breaker think could make it. Gonna make other fighters, so maybe they could. That could be cool. What else? What else? EX Slayer team, Akira on a fighting game. Yeah, that could work out. Maybe fighting maybe EX Slayer. They could definitely make something. The looks this game always it kind of feels kind of cheap, right? The way that like some of the stuff works, but they could definitely make it happen. Akira, the ones who did rollback for Tekken, right? The ones who did rollback for Tekken 8, if I'm saying this correctly, they could definitely make their own thing happen. Because fighting EX Slayer, it looked like a new one was coming, but it ended up not really being anything. I don't think Akira is really doing anything else. So if they want a team, if you need a team to make something, this team could definitely make something fun with it. Definitely make a fun fighting game. What else? Capcom Infinite. NRS? I guess I'll talk about NRS. NRS is one of those things, like I was saying before, it just strongly feels like, why would they make anything else other than what we is working out? Like, oh, we're going to keep making Mortal Kombat, then Injustice and Mortal Kombat, and Mortal Kombat and Injustice. Right now, they're either working on Injustice, or they said they're working on Injustice, right? So, right now, they're working on Injustice. There really isn't any reason to make anything else, it feels like. And the way Warner Brothers be moving is, like, depressing. If they did make an anime fighter, right, they made something like, well, Mortal Kombat's kind of bloody, so let's go. Let's see, they made like a Berserk game, something blood, but also something bloody. I can't think of a fighting game, but that'd be weird. I don't know. It would be kind of funny if that game like that happened, but Really bloody. Like, I see Berserk, so Bleach. What else is bloody? I was gonna say Invincible. There's one radio fighting game, right? But something like that, right? If it made something that's going to say Bleach fighting game, uh, they work on it for a little bit, and then probably if it wasn't good enough for them, they probably just quit out on it. That's the way that Warner Brothers does stuff. So it'd be disappointing. They get NRS games always look really pretty, but some of the animations are off. Sometimes it doesn't feel and I don't really care about that. I said, and they them leaving it after a while is always really sad, man. It's like this. Well, Mortal Kombat One had its problems. It wasn't like that bad for them to abandon it right now. It was still doing pretty well with numbers, but Warner Bros. Is like, oh, this is not good enough. Let's move on to the next thing, I guess. And then they just moved on. That's all it took. Like Mortal Kombat games are fun, but they move on too quickly, and they look really beautiful. If they made like a anime series, the game would look pretty for sure. I don't know if the style would be right. Like, it might look a little bit off, be like more realistic way the Mortal Kombat's going for it, but they make really well looking games at least. What about something about? Trying to think about something. There's no way I'm only thinking about Bleach and and Berserk for Blade. I didn't name something else. I didn't name one more thing. What maybe One Punch Man? I can't stop. One Punch Man gets pretty bloody. Something like that. I'm have to name. I'll name two more. Two more. Dojo's gets bloody, and what's new? What's new? Something new that's getting pretty bloody. Is it Hell's Paradise? Is manga ended a while ago, but that gets pretty bloody too. There's something I just watched, but I'm not gonna stop until I think about it. There's something I really have to watch. Can I say JJK gets pretty bloody too? There's a lot of stuff that gets bloody. As I say, I keep going on for a while. A lot of stuff that gets pretty bloody that they NOS would be really well with. Wouldn't have to like make censor stuff because how brutal stuff gets already. But I just don't know if people would really. The way people talk about NRS games too is like kind of crazy. They be hating on these shits. They be hating on these games, man. So fighting game players, we don't fucking fit at all. But I wonder if it was like something like if it was like if but nah. Mortal Kombat is one of the most popular series ever. So it's not really a series thing. I would think it is because when people talk about it, but people don't like. NRS's balance is a little crazy, little wild for what they do and the way they kind of treat the games, like where they move on. This guys is tough. We usually talk about how they don't like the animations and the way the game plays, though. That's what they usually say. So I don't know if people would be really super happy. It's like, oh, we're gonna make a JJK NRS game. I don't know if people would go crazy for that. People would be like, oh man, is this NRS doing it? Dang, this stuff's gonna look terrible. I don't know I don't know if people be happy or people be like more like depressed about it, man. But I guess I'd be interested to see if they made something different. Let's see how do people feel about an NRS anime again. That shit would be kind of funny. Killer Instinct, the ones who made the Invincible game, like I said before. Samurai Showdown, SNK. Idol Showdown is pretty cool. The team working on Idol Showdown, I don't think they would make anything else. Breakers. This is SNK? No. This make break. So this is another fighting game. Maybe they can make Breakers is pretty cool. I don't know if they've made anything new in a while. Maybe that's a perfect reason to bring them on something new. No, I think I might be all. Yeah, I think I might be all. So there's a lot of people who could make it happen. People only talk about art's the worst, man. I think whenever someone asks if this game should be made, who's gonna make it? I feel like a lot of people should be asking who should make it when they ask, oh, we want this to happen, we want this game to be made, but they only talk about Arceus. Like Arceus is the only one that ever comes up, and it's like for understandable reason. They're like the best to do in games in people's mind. But I feel like a lot of other companies can make it. It just always depends on if Bandai wants it to be made. Because at the end of the day, at the start, that's why I talked about it, right? Bandai is the one who kind of stops it from happening. The reason it doesn't happen as much more. But as soon as something else, like anyone else could just grab it up and make something happen with it. See, with Net Impact, it was Bushiroad. They just grabbed up Hunter, and then they made a fighting game with it. Invincible didn't really have anything. I don't think Invincible had anything else going on when it comes to games. And they got Invincible. We got the Justice Team because Invincible is doing really well right now, and we made Invincible versus Avatar. Is not a series made by Bandai, of course. You know, they said Paramount. Paramount. We need a new Avatar game. Got people who made fighting games to make the game, and simple as that, right? So that's all it takes. Sometimes it's an amazing fighting game. You just gotta find someone who makes a game. Sometimes it'll be like separate from Bandai, helps it work out even better, right? When you think about stuff like that, all the examples, the reason they got made in the first place, no Bandai Namco, and it's got series that's popular, someone who wants to make a fighting game, and then the devs always gotta get lucky sometimes. That's why I always have to talk about a lot of like Yu-Gi-Oh! Lately. Yu-Gi-Oh! Made by Konami. Or that's usually the ones who making their games for it. They can really do whatever they want with it. Not attached to Bandai. Makes it easier to make moves for it. Do I have any Yu-Gi-Oh? I think I had Yu-Gi-Oh! Math. No? Yay! I got a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game. Okay. So I got a Konami. Let's see Konami. Konami. All different types of games, of course. But Konami, I don't think Konami got a fighting game? I don't think so. So Konami, want a fighting game? You got Yu-Gi-Oh! I guess you got Metal Gear 2, man. What else? Castlevania. You got Yu-Gi-Oh! Konami. You got Yu-Gi-Oh! You could definitely get someone to make a Yu-Gi-Oh! Fighting game, right? Nothing stopping you from making a Yu-Gi-Oh! Fighting game. And that stuff would be a billion sales. They got the life bar will just be the same as the life bar from Yu-Gi-Oh! They got everything going on. You got everything going on. You got the monsters, you got the attacks. Everything would work out for it. Right? You might as well make a Yu-Gi-Oh! Fighting game. If you want a billion sales, everyone will play it. Everyone loves this series. Attached to Bandai. Easily make it happen. Why not?